Let me go and take some phone calls. We haven't taken any yet today. On hold is John from New York. Welcome to the Peter Schiff Show.
Yeah, hi. You had a call you had a guest yesterday. We didn't really explain what the real use of Bitcoin was and why it's really so different from other fiat currency. The whole point of it is just to be a wallet. Is just to have cash. It's not to store, your life savings in it. It's basically a PayPal that's completely decentralized, that has no authority, that can take anything away from you at all. So if I have a virtual Bitcoin and I transfer it to someone else, the transaction's done. It's as if I took $5 out of my wallet and handed it to you. No one can make you give me back that $5 unless you.
Yeah, well, my fear would be kind of like the Bitcoin. It's kind of like a hot potato. You get it, and then you got to get rid of it, and you use it to buy something. But what about the guy who gets stuck holding the bag? If all of a sudden nobody wants them anymore, and you just bought a bunch of these Bitcoins, you were planning on using them to buy something, and now nobody will take them. That's kind of my fear.
Well, the point, with government currencies, they have no real value behind it other than the fact that the government makes you pay by it. But with this, the real value is that it's so easily transferable to anywhere across the world, and it's pretty much anonymous as much as you want it to be. Anyone can at any point in time make as many wallets as they want. If I had, 1,000 Bitcoin,
yeah, it's just as long as people will accept them. That is, you say fiat currency only has value because people will accept it. It's all confidence, and that's true. But there are a lot more people today that will accept dollar bills than will accept Bitcoins. And the one thing I know is I can pay my federal income taxes, I can pay my state income taxes with dollars, and that's all that they will accept. And so, there is that value that's there. If the U.S. government said, "Hey, you can pay your taxes in Bitcoins," then obviously, people, you could use them. But that does give you some value, even though there's no real value. It's kind of like if you imagine, let's say there's a bully, and the bully says, hey, you got to give me $5 for one of my, notes, and if I catch you and you don't have one of these notes, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you, right? And so now all of a sudden, people know if they buy these notes from the bully, and when the bully comes, if they show him this note, then he's not going to beat him up. And so now all of a sudden, the note has no value, and that, well, yeah, it does have value, because if you don't have it, you're going to get the crap kicked out of you. And so all of a sudden, this worthless piece of paper has value because the bully won't beat you up if you happen to have it. And that's kind of the same way I look at dollars right now. I mean, if you don't pay your taxes, they'll throw you in jail. So you got to accumulate these dollars so that you can pay your income taxes. And if you don't, the bully's going to come and get you. And so that's basically why the dollar has value. But that's the only value it has.
You have to understand something. With Bitcoin, some regulator, I don't know, the guest yesterday said he wanted some regulation on it. The whole point about it is that despite how illegal we'll make it, or despite any regulation, there's actually no way to stop it. The same way that on the internet they can't stop people from downloading, movies or software on BitTorrent.
Yeah, I think the key is that you'd have to have some redeemable feature of the Bitcoin that you can redeem it in something tangible. Whether it doesn't have to be gold, but it could be some kind of service, or if you could always use it, for example. If contractually a company, let's say an Amazon, or it said we will always accept Bitcoins at a certain rate for any products on Amazon, or something that was contractually where it really had a value that you could be assured of, and government doesn't have to come in and do that. It's something that the private sector could create, where there would be some kind of real value that could be assured of into the future for something like a Bitcoin. But obviously the government wouldn't be happy about something like that. Anyway, look, thanks for your call. Don't go away. We got a lot more of the show coming up after this commercial break. You're listening to Peter Schiff on SchiffRadio.com.